Hey boys and girls, how are you guys today? So now that our new normal is a virtual classroom, we still need to continue practicing our text structures and our reading skills daily. So you guys are doing an awesome job reading our story, Sideways Stories, and it's cute and funny, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. But as the weeks go on and the days go on, we're going to really start to focus on things that we normally do in the classroom. Okay, so today we're going to review identifying text structures in readings or articles or books and stories, and especially on Thursdays when we read our short stories in our Zoom calls. These are questions I'm going to really start to ask you guys. So I'm going to present this slide. So if you look at this slide, you can see it says identifying text structures. So text structures is information that's presented in one of the 5 ways listed below, usually in an article, any sort of reading skill that we use. So authors use these text structures to present information that the author wants the readers to understand or wants the readers to pick up on. So you're going to have an activity for school today, but I wanted to present this to you. So let's look at the 5 different text structures that we focus on in 4th grade, okay? So we have description. You guys are awesome with description. So the definition of description is text that provides details or characteristics of something. So when we learned about adjectives, you guys really used description, right? So clues to pick up descriptions are adjectives, characteristics, so saying what someone is. So Fiona is funny, right? An adjective was used to describe Fiona's character. Examples, that was just a descriptive example. And mental image. So even pictures on the page, when you look at that picture, you're creating a mental image in your mind. The second structure is compare and contrast. So compare and contrast is when the text talks about similarities and differences between people, places, and things. And we did a ton of this in our classroom. So remember our Venn diagrams where we would have 2 circles and our middles where we compared. And our ends were where we told what was different about the 2 different things, people, or places. So some clues is when they talk about things that are the same or when things are different. Words like both or neither. The words in contrast, so saying how they're different. And on the other hand, so for example, if I said, Max is a really good reader. On the other hand, Miss Walheim needs to pick it up. Even though I'm using words, I'm comparing and contrasting Max and Miss Walheim as 2 different readers. Max is really strong. Miss Walheim needs to pick it up, right? So that would be figurative language. She doesn't actually need to pick it up. What does she need to do? She needs to read a little bit more. But similarly, they're both reading. Do you see how that works? The third structure is order and sequence. This is when the text outlines chronological events or a list of steps in a procedure. So it kind of is what it sounds like. Things are put in order and it's in sequence. So when we wrote our narratives in the beginning of the year, I explained how it was really important that your story was told in order. If you're talking about your day, if we were in class and I said, Lila, what did you do yesterday? In order. Lila probably wouldn't talk about dinner first unless she didn't get out of bed until 8 p.m. Okay, so some clues are order of events, history, just like in our Who Was books. You had a ton of history and you put those in order. The timeline in the back of the Who Was books is a great example of order and sequence. Instructions or steps, so a recipe, and signal words. Our next text structure is problem and solution. This is when the text gives information about a problem and explains one or more solutions. So think about your own lives. If you're, fighting with someone or you have problems with anything or anyone, you look for a solution, a way to fix it. So clues are really just problem and solution. And that's a big one, and we're going to work on that. And the last one is cause and effect. Okay, this is when the text describes an event and a cause and the effects that follow. So it's raining, right? The effect of the rain is that we would have to stay inside. Another example is we are in a virtual classroom, right? What caused that to happen? Coronavirus. So cause and effect can be probably the most difficult because sometimes we get caught up switching them around. But some clues is just simple words like cause. The cause of this or the effect of this is words like if then. If coronavirus spreads, then we will have a virtual classroom. Words like because, okay? I wore blue today because the theme of today is wearing blue. Simple as that. And as a result and do of, and those are just words. So these 5 text structures are really, really important as we continue our journey as readers and our journey as learners. So I want you to remember description, compare and contrast, order and sequence, problem solution, and cause and effect. In your PowerPoints today, or your daily agendas, I actually put up a really great visual that you have in your reader's copybook, or you should have in your reader's copybook. And it has some pictures and different mental pictures, or what we would have used as graphic organizers, I guess. And it can help you break these down. So your work today is going to be working on slides 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Okay, so you're going to watch 5 different videos, and the videos are short. So we're actually going to do the first video together. Okay, so you're going to watch the video. We'll watch it together. All right, great. So when you open up your work under classwork on Google Classroom, you're going to open up these slides. And what you're going to do is you're going to have your own copy, of course, just like we normally do. And what you'll do is you'll watch the video. So we just talked about what is the difference between, Keiko and chocolate, okay? So it's asking the difference between the two. So the instruction says, highlight the text structure this video best represents. So after watching that video, was it comparing and contrasting 2 different things? Was it giving an order and sequence? Was there a problem and a solution? Was there a cause and effect? Or were they just describing? So if you said compare and contrast, you are correct because they took 2 different things and they talked about how they were different. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll highlight this, okay? So you'll be able to highlight this and I will fix the settings for you. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna write a 1-sentence summary to summarize the video. The way we summarize in 4th grade is we restate the question, and of course, and we have a complete sentence. So we could say, this video was comparing and contrasting Coco. All you need is 1 sentence, okay? But if you always want to write more, you can. So you're going to be doing that for videos 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there's some really fun videos. So I want you to focus on identifying text structure. So if you ever watch a video and you're not exactly sure, I want you to go back and look at identifying text structures. If you guys have any questions, let me know.